Attention. Attention. Stand by for transmission.
Who among you will rise to the top? Prepare for combat. Prepare for UpRyse.
Welcome to the world, no heroes and villains. Welcome to the war, we've only begun. So higher and higher you chase it. It's deep in your blood, go and take it. This is your moment. Take to the skies, go and prove yourself and rise, rise. Make them remember.
First to the ring. Hailing from the Big Guns Academy, weighing in today at 250 pounds, he is No Shame, Jimmy Shane!
Welcome to UpRyse here at the Stronghold. It is September 29th of 2019. My name's Jim Lamont, being joined by the legendary Paul Atlas, and Paul here on an Indie Wrestling Network exclusive. We see the next stage of UpRyse, and we will find out who will make their name here in Lamont Furnace this afternoon.
And introducing his opponent, he is a product of the High Stakes Battleground Wrestling Academy, weighing in today at 160 pounds. Good vibes, Bray! McKenzie!
This is a young man that we have seen thrill the Stronghold here in UpRyse. Bray McKenzie, all about good vibes, good energy. He's such a positive young man that, Paul, he could even put you in a good mood.
Well, that's true, but let's not forget Jimmy Shane. Jimmy Shane feels like he does not belong here at UpRyse, and he should be on the main roster at this time. Let's see what happens here in his first match.
Well, in many ways, Paul, here this afternoon, Sunday, September 29th of 2019, Jimmy Shane's going to have a chance to make his case for that transition to the Rise roster from UpRyse.
Yeah, he's shot his mouth off a lot over the last couple of months, saying he doesn't deserve to be on what he calls the B show. But let me tell you what, there's nothing B about UpRyse. UpRyse is where you show what you've got and show that you belong with the big dogs.
A real proving ground, and proof of that will be in our featured presentation later this afternoon, as Max has her chance to gain entry into Rise when she is challenged by Ziggy Haim. So certainly a lot on the line. We've seen careers really progress and propel from here at UpRyse, but the foundation starts here. Of course, Jimmy Shane fashioned himself a social media icon, but he better have his head in the game because he's inside the squared circle right now with a young man that is dynamic.
Yeah, there's a big difference between being great on social media and just being great.
Jimmy Shane, believe it or not, despite all his goofy bravado, actually does have an amateur wrestling background, as he quite literally wrestled circles around Bray McKenzie in that exchange.
And Bray cracking a smile after that exchange. He knows what's on the line here.
And there's something just really magnetic about Bray McKenzie. He really draws people to him. And he's certainly very quick, very agile as well, as we're seeing the go behind. Back heel trip, nicely done. And that's what I'm talking about. So agile, so dynamic. But Jimmy Shane showing that he's no slouch. He has several years under his belt inside the ring. Very wisely used his veteran presence to grab the ropes and simply force a break.
Yeah, Bray McKenzie.
Escaping with the least amount of energy.
Exactly. Bray McKenzie might not be the biggest dog in a fight, but he's definitely got the biggest fight in the group.
Another collar and elbow tie up here. Jimmy Shane going to assert his dominance with his power advantage here. And we knew we weren't going to see a clean break from Jimmy Shane.
Absolutely not.
He's earned that nickname, No Shame, each and every step of the way.
Yeah, there's not many lines this man won't cross, that's for sure. And he just crossed one there with Bray McKenzie.
Let's go, Jimmy. Work out.
Wrestling! So good at wrestling, guys!
As you can hear, Jimmy Shane very proud of that wrist lock that he has employed here.
Yeah, to quote the great Arn Anderson, I don't want to toot my own horn, but toot toot.
God bless Arn. And Bray McKenzie, what a pinfall combination. Had Jimmy Shane tied up like a pretzel into a deep arm drag.
Yeah, just like that. Like I said, he's not the biggest dog in this fight, but he definitely has quickness on his side here tonight.
A lot of skill and a lot of speed. Go behind from Bray. And what smooth transitions into the cravat here. Again, maintaining control of the head and control of the matchup. Back heel trip to bring Jimmy Shane down to the canvas.
Yeah,
that is wisdom beyond his years.
Without a doubt, how he used that foot right there to drive Jimmy Shane down to his knees and then capture that headlock, and now he's grinding it in.
As cliche as it might sound, Paul, it's the little things that make that big difference.
That's right. Details. Everything is in the details.
Up and over. And again, nice arm drag, and has Jimmy Shane all out of sorts with the shoulders down. And how much egg on the face would there be of Jimmy Shane if he comes up on the short end of the stick here, Paul?
Oh, no doubt about it. He would definitely have to finally maybe shut up for a little bit. That was a very innovative way Bray McKenzie, excuse me, a lot of Brays out there, got into that
Bray
pinning
Wyatt
attempt.
is nowhere near as positive as Bray McKenzie.
Nah, and he's a little bit bigger too last time I checked.
Only a few subtle differences. It's an easy mistake to make, especially at your age.
Well, hey, it's a Sunday afternoon. I'm a little out of sorts today.
You were working that Freeburg regiment this afternoon.
Yeah, you know how it goes. It's the weekend, brother.
As Jimmy Shane continuing with the chin lock here. This is smart because we've seen at this juncture, Bray McKenzie has been one step ahead in terms of quickness. Jimmy Shane here just trying to ground his opponent. Very smart.
Yes, it is. It's very intelligent to get a man down on the canvas like that, especially when you know he's got the quickness factor on his side.
But that time it worked against McKenzie as he ran right into a boot. But mistakes like this will cost Jimmy Shane. You cannot hesitate, cannot showboat when you're inside the ring with Bray McKenzie.
Nah, he's worried a little bit too much about what these people think. Made that social media presence thing. Don't worry about what others think. Just worry about what you got to do.
That's a stiff kick, and that's the other side of Jimmy Shane. He comes out here like a goofball, but he does have a bona fide mean streak, as we're seeing right here. I think referee George should assert some more authority here.
Yeah, he needs to get on top of this here. You can't be choking a man like that. I would never think to do something like that to somebody. Never.
He knows I'm the winner.
And again, I'm going to go back to the veteran presence of Jimmy Shane, using the ring as a weapon, using the ring as a tag team partner at this juncture of the matchup.
Yeah, trying to stretch out the vertebrae there of Bray McKenzie.
5 minutes gone by, 5 minutes.
Shane measures Bray and runs through with a knee, hit him right on the chin. Pinpoint precision from Jimmy Shane.
Yeah, this could be it.
But that's one of the other things we've seen from Bray McKenzie here at UpRyse. Tenacity personified.
Well, this man definitely will not quit, that's for sure. It takes a lot to keep him down. Now he's looking for a little help from the fans here to get himself back together.
And I don't know if Bray, as tenacious as he is going to win a striking battle with Jimmy Shane.
Nah, I don't think that's going to happen.
And this goes back to Jimmy Shane trying to prove that he's quote-unquote above UpRyse, but it came back to bite him, so to speak.
Yeah, he got caught there.
In that exchange. Bray really going to have to generate some momentum here. Beautiful step-up Rana uses the leverage to get Shane over.
Setting him up here now.
Hurls his body at Jimmy Shane. Unorthodox but effective offense as Bray is perched up top. Beautiful cross-body, hook the leg.
Yeah, he had the weight over. I thought he might have been able to get him there, but Jimmy Shane able to kick out of that pin attempt.
And what we're seeing right here, Paul, is the competition that UpRyse brings to the table.
Exactly. Like I said before, Jimmy Shane likes to say he's on the B show, but there's nothing B about this show, brother.
Shane avoids the contact. Shot to the spine. That was nasty.
There we go, baby!
Hooks up Bray. Leverage maneuver. Jumping knee hit Jimmy Shane right in the temple. That could be a knockout shot. And it is.
The winner of this match as the result of a pinfall. Good vibes, Bray McKenzie.
All about good vibes and good energy. Bray McKenzie victorious here on the Indie Wrestling Network.
Bray McKenzie likes to smile. That smile's a little bigger now after this victory over Jimmy Shane.
Are you ready? Is you ready? You say you ready? Whole squad ready?
Introducing first, he is a product of the Violence Academy, weighing in at 200 pounds. He is the mighty Tear Ali.
A nearly 3-year pro has proved to be one of the most aggressive here on the UpRyse roster. Quite simply, Tear Ali plays no games inside those ring ropes.
And introducing his opponent, he is a product of the ASWA, weighing in at 180 pounds. He is the last Mayan, Espiritu Maya.
Action continues here at UpRyse. Tear Ali, Espiritu Maya. Two athletes that have shown a ton of potential but don't have a lot of victories in the win column, Paul.
No.
This matchup could be a do-or-die scenario.
Without a doubt, one of these guys will gain a victory tonight. The other one going back down to the bottom of the UpRyse roster.
Nice headlock takeover from Maya. Tear Ali very wisely keeping his shoulders off the canvas. And Paul, I have to ask you, considering that these two have shown a lot inside the ring here at UpRyse, but have yet to really secure a signature victory, what does that do to a competitor's mindset going into a matchup when you know that in some respects your back's up against the wall?
Yeah, without a doubt. I mean, you can have all the fancy moves in the world. You can have all the connection with the fans you want. But if you're not gaining victories, you are not going to move up the ladder at UpRyse, let alone earn yourself a spot on the Rise roster. So both these guys know tonight is do or die.
Maya showing some of his aerial influence here. Beautiful arm drag off the ropes. Launches Tear Ali to the opposing side of the ring, and Maya is rolling. Springboard Hurricane Rana sends Tear Ali seeking the safety of the outside.
Yeah, taking that wrestling equivalency of a timeout.
Get in the ring, Tear. Come on.
Maya got over aggressive, got hung up there. And Tyr Ali, what impact, launching himself through the ropes.
Yeah, Ali here definitely has the size advantage in this bout. He used that size to his advantage right there.
And again, drives down on Ali. That could have been a quick night for Maya.
Very much so.
And again, Tyr Ali down across the torso, forcing Maya to kick out again.
Yeah, and I'll tell you, we talk about these two guys and their lack of victory. You got to remember that Tyr Ali lost to Peyton Graham last time out here.
That's a physical match.
That is not exactly, yes, it's a loss, but you still got to hold your head up high if you held it up in there with Peyton Graham.
Yeah, that was a very competitive contest. As Ali trying to compress the rib cage of Maya and restrict the breathing here. And that shot to the spine will slow you down too.
Yeah, Ali is a lot closer, in my opinion, of getting over that hump than maybe Maya is.
And this is the nasty side of Tyr Ali. We know he's not going to shy away from bending or outright breaking the rules to get an advantage.
No, he's definitely not here to gain any friends, that's for sure. He wants his spot solidified.
Open that fist, get him out, let's go, come on. One.
And these body shots can really take it out of you.
Three. Bring him out, come on.
It's a good way to sap the energy of an opponent.
Oh, that's definitely what you want to do there. That's definitely what they're designed to do.
And as he was taking the body shots, compressing the back, your kidneys, that's all going to just sap the breath out of you.
That's exactly what he's trying to do. He's trying to knock the wind out of Maya here. Maya's been known to fly around that ring. If you take his breath away like that, when your back is injured, it's hard to breathe. So if he does that, he can definitely ground Maya and then have his way with him.
Yeah, you like that. I think I'm taking his head.
And this is the very physical nature of Tyr Ali because he is measuring Maya, but Maya got out of dodge. Ali, precarious position, got soccer kicked in the back of the head. Look out.
Yeah, one to the back, one to the front there.
Misdirection from Maya, and what an innovative neck breaker.
That was definitely a unique way to get into that. But if you notice, by doing what he did, he kind of caught Tyr Ali off balance. He wasn't sure where he was going.
Tyr Ali never saw it coming. But man, Tyr Ali put the brakes on there, plants Maya face first. And the complexion of this matchup can change very quickly here.
Now see, just when I thought I was going to be able to put over that flippy style, the big man shows you it's not all it's cracked up to be.
And here's some more tried and true elementary offense, that body lock. And we're seeing a clear plan being employed here by Tyr Ali. Work on the ribs, work on the breathing of Maya.
Yep, trying to ground his opponent so he can just ground and pound and go home to victory.
Maya trying to get back up to his feet, but he looks like he's in a bad way.
Yeah, when somebody works on your breathing, your ability to breathe, they cut the oxygen off. That makes you a little bit dizzy, too.
And if he wasn't dizzy before, he is now because he looks very shaken. You can see even through that mask. But again, shoots that left shoulder up, and that's one of the other trademarks here of UpRyse. These athletes want to prove themselves. They bring a lot of grit here to the stronghold.
Well, they have to. They know what's on the line here.
Ali got caught coming in. Maya springboards out with a kick. More of a desperation maneuver than anything. Shotgun drop kick, but can Maya follow up? He's sustained a lot of punishment in the past several minutes.
He's trying to dig down deep here. Like I said before, wins here at UpRyse. There are no titles here at UpRyse, so you're not fighting for a championship. You're fighting for a spot.
And Maya could be reaching his second wind here. Charges in with the double knees. 2.5, but I got to give referee Nick Davidson credit. He was in absolutely perfect position in that exchange.
Yeah, he was able to move around that ring and get right there to see the shoulders.
And that shows you the quality that we have here at Rise and UpRyse on every level. But man, in that exchange, Maya got caught coming off the ropes. Paul, again to your point, maybe got a little too overconfident, a little too fancy, and paid for it very dearly there.
Yes, indeed, there.
He got tattooed right between the eyes. Now that is a mistake. Tir Ali could have had the victory there.
Yeah, he's trying to prove right now maybe that he's a little bit smarter, a little bit more vicious. But, you know, that's going to come back to bite you. Like I said before, you want these victories here at UpRyse.
Paul, I'm not out here to criticize the talent, but I have to say that was a mistake. If you get a chance to put somebody away, you put them away.
Yeah.
Because this can happen. Shoulders down.
And he got him. Just like you said, Jim, it came back to bite him.
The winner of this match as a result of a pinfall, the last Mayan, Espiritu Maya!
Like I said earlier, victories here at UpRyse, it's not about championships, it's not about titles, but it's about a spot. And Tir Ali got a little too full of himself, and Maya gets the victory.
Trying to take Red's job.
I'm telling you. What's going down here?
Gentlemen.
Hey, on and off both start with O.
Ladies and gentlemen, it is time for the real feature presentation of the evening. Greatness has arrived. Being accompanied to the ring by his insurance policy, Mr. G, and its money manager, Ronnie Starks. He stands 6 foot tall, weighing in at 165 pounds, hailing from Beverly Hills, California. He is the must kiss, can't miss, hot stuff, can't get enough, gold standard tough. The sensational millionaire playboy, the 19-year-old shining diamond. He is the great Alexander.
Well, this young man's very proud of himself, Paul. That's what it looks like to me.
That's exactly right.
This looks like, baby.
You wish that mirror had broken.
It's broken, huh? No.
Wish that mirror had broken.
And introducing his opponent.
Disorder, chaos, anarchy. Now that's fun.
Hailing from Providence, Rhode Island, weighing in at 303 pounds, he is the Destroyer, Peyton Graham!
The man that has proclaimed himself the gatekeeper of UpRyse, the man that wants to be the benchmark of UpRyse, and the man that is willing to fight anyone at any time. The very rugged Peyton Graham could give the brash young Alexander a very harsh reality check here this afternoon. Of course, my name is Jim LaMotta. He's Paul Atlas, and we are being joined by the Firebird himself, Sean Phoenix.
Thank you for having me.
Sean, thanks for coming out here and joining us here on this Indie Wrestling Network exclusive.
Of course.
You're a bit of a counterculture fellow there, Mr. Phoenix. Let me ask you, what's the story with the great Alexander here? What makes him so great?
From what I gather, this kid comes from money, and that'll give anyone an ego. And I'm sure with a body like that, he puts a lot of hard work into himself. I can't get mad at that. I don't necessarily agree with the ego, but he's going to have a test for himself as he goes one-on-one with Peyton Graham, or what appears to be one-on-one, but he's got an entourage with him. So Peyton.
Yeah, I don't know who these goons are at ringside, other than Ronnie Starks, who's so damn annoying it gives me hives. Looks like Alexander bought himself some insurance before he came out here.
Yeah, well, I'll tell you, I grew up in Los Angeles, and when them Beverly Hill boys used to come down to our beaches, we used to shove them in garbage cans. That's probably why he's feeling a little backup here tonight.
Yeah, Sean, I'm going to tell you what. You say we shouldn't be mad at him? You see the hand-me-down suit I'm wearing? Yes, I'm mad at him. Who does this guy think he is? But he's going to have a chance to prove himself. You want to be a big shot? You want to come out here with all the flash, the glamour, your personal ring announcer, your entourage? Prove it in the ring. The bell has rung, and you're in there with the toughest test on the UpRyse roster, because Peyton Graham is the one that all competitors are judged by. And right now, his manicure may be all out of sorts.
No, I've gone one-on-one with Peyton. I've teamed with Peyton. This guy hits hard, and all it takes is one. All it takes is one shot. That could be it right there, just to give you a reality check. And you may want to count your blessings and stop talking so much. That may be what we witnessed today.
Graham is a true bruiser. Alexander out the back door, seeking the safety of the outside.
Yeah, Graham might not spend as much time in the gym as Alexander does working on those little pretty muscles of his, but Graham will tattoo you, definitely, without a doubt. He's got some strength behind him.
And what is this, a makeover at ringside?
Did I hear right? Ronnie Starks is his money manager? Dude, I wouldn't let that guy watch a penny, let alone any kind of money I had.
Ronnie's going to be the Bernie Madoff of professional wrestling.
I'll tell you what. Ponzi schemes, Fonzie schemes, he's in them all.
Great Alexander really testing Peyton Graham's patience here. That's one thing I wouldn't do. I wouldn't make this guy mad. He already hits hard, but when he kicks it up a notch, he'll hit 1,000 times harder.
And you can see Alexander got overconfident, distracted. You can't do that with a nearly decade pro in Peyton Graham.
No, he's a little too worried about these fans in ringside making fun of his attire than he is the fight that he's got in front of him right now.
Sean, let me ask you, you're young and quite literally fiery. You know, you've been known to deal with flames and what have you. What does it mean for a young athlete to have a stage like here at UpRyse, the Indie Wrestling Network exclusive? And now, wait a minute, Ronnie Starks getting involved in this goon at ringside. I didn't catch his name, but this guy is huge. He just squashed Peyton Graham in the corner, and the complexion of this matchup has changed completely.
Well, I'll tell you what, if I was less than a year in, I would have loved an opportunity like this. The Indie Wrestling Network gives you the opportunity to be seen all over.
$5.99 a month, Sean.
Is that it?
Can't beat it.
One of those fancy coffees that I can't pronounce.
You know, this, and then to make a mark here and to use Peyton Graham to make a name for yourself, that'll definitely add a notch in your belt.
Now, you said you've teamed with and competed against Peyton Graham. What does a win over Peyton Graham mean for the career of Alexander?
Oh, it really, like I said, adds a notch to your belt. You know, if you can beat someone much larger than you, hits harder than you, it gives you a little boost of confidence. And, you know, I don't really think the great Alexander needs any more confidence, but, you know, it couldn't hurt.
And now we're seeing that he's more than just this braggadocious nature, because he was wise enough to pick a body part on Peyton Graham.
Yeah, for a young kid of 19 years old, that's pretty smart for him to do right now, especially with Peyton Graham. If he can ground Peyton right here, keep him on his back and wear him down, he just might have a chance here.
And not only that, but he's also working on that arm. And we know Peyton likes to hit hard. I don't recall if he's right-handed, left-handed, ambidextrous, but he also has that Death Valley driver that's going to be really hard to hook. If you've got a hurt wing, you know, you maybe...
You're correct, Sean. Clearly, Alexander's working with a plan here. This is no accident.
Oh, and look at this.
And his damn Ronnie Starks. I'm going to need a Benadryl by the time this matchup is over with this jerk out here. Alexander hooks up Graham, swinging neck breaker, and hangs on. Nice transition.
I heard him talking about this. He calls this the Great Awakening. I think we're going to see one more swinging neck breaker. If he hits this, that could really incapacitate Peyton Graham.
Almost a variation on the gator roll to transition to this spot. Nicely done. I cannot stand his attitude, but this kid is showing me something. Graham kicks out. We know he's resilient. Paul,
he's definitely talented. Sorry to cut you off. This kid is definitely talented, and I think he knows it. And that may really work against him. If he could just get a little bit of humble pie and really listen to his trainers. And
well, that's humble something. I don't know if it's humble pie, but Graham just planted an elbow right on the bridge of the nose. And again, Starks is going to latch onto the leg.
He didn't get all of that, though. That was that arm that Great Alexander was targeting.
And Graham, I mean, quite literally, could be completely overmatched here because it's 4-on-1 out here. What I was going to ask you, Paul, is the Great Alexander has been... You were a veteran wrestler before he was ever born.
This is true. I think I got socks older than him.
By 5 minutes.
Going for this Great Awakening again. If it works once, he went to the well one too many times.
And this could be a rookie mistake here because he telegraphed himself and got spiked. What a maneuver from Graham, and we are at a pivotal point in this contest, gentlemen.
I think the first one to his feet may be the winner here.
Yep, Destroyer trying to shake some life back into his arm. That took a lot out of him. Especially with that, with those 3 neck breakers, you bump your neck the wrong way, you can't feel your arms.
Both men back up to a vertical base here. Alexander charges in. Graham avoids the contact.
Look out here.
And launches Alexander with the German. He may be from Beverly Hills, but he's on Dream Street right now. Huge lariat.
Look out here. Everybody's up on the ring apron now.
Peyton Graham threw him from Bel Air all the way to West Philadelphia. Oh, and look at this.
Alexander with a chair here now.
Come on, George. Turn around. No. That's on Graham's throat. That's a good way to crush a windpipe. Come on, damn it.
He's got him hooked up here.
Calls that swinging into greatness. That could be it right there.
Graham was assaulted with the chair, but still kicks out. The Destroyer will not be denied this afternoon.
No, now Alexander's beside himself at this point. Talking to the big man now. I don't know what he's looking at something here.
What's that, brass knucks? I can't tell. Or something in his
Something
hand.
gold and shiny, I know that, but it doesn't really matter at this point.
He hit the floor. The entourage is there. What is this?
Are we gonna see him fly? Are we gonna see the big man fly?
Look out, here he comes!
Oh!
Call that a strike because Graham just took out everybody.
Sometimes desperate times calls for desperate measures. When your opponent's got you figured out, when they know that your key to success is the power and strength, you got to change up your game plan. You got to fly. You got to do something, and we just saw that.
There's that Death Valley driver. Absolutely.
Is he gonna do it? Is he gonna do it?
Stark's breaking it up.
And wait, Alexander still has those knocks.
Whatever it was,
Peyton Graham.
Not like this.
Damn,
are you kidding me?
Wow. Unbelievable.
Wow, what a win for the Great Alexander. You know, the
I'll make sure it's on this time. And your winner, the Great Alexander. 1-0 in UpRyse now. He's the wrestler. He's better than all the wrestler. The Great Alexander, everybody.
You know, the win-loss record will say there was a win over Peyton Graham. Wow.
It only took 4-on-1. Graham tried to take everybody out, but even that was not enough. Alexander using his influence and his entourage to get a victory here in his UpRyse debut.
Well, you know what they say, it's not cheating if you don't get caught. Alexander able to pull it off with the help of his buddies.
And I believe, Sean, you're going to go check on Peyton Graham.
Yeah, once he gets in the back.
I don't know. I don't know why.
I'm going to go grab the doctor. I'll be right back.
I've been malignant. My brain it desecrates your revolution. Mass produce rhymes with liquid biofusion. In a cesspool of hazards. I step in the club. I resurrect the dance floor like a master from the cut.
Representing the Ohio Pro Wrestling Academy at a combined weight of 610 pounds.
Paul, these are two big bad hombres. And they are making the case as the best tag team in UpRyse.
Yeah, you're going to just see pure smash mouth style wrestling out of these two guys. Not a lot of headlocks and wrist locks, but a lot of straight right hands to the jaw.
You know, we saw the great Alexander out here just moments ago with all those abs. Pat the Bruiser has none of that, but he'll knock your damn lights out.
That's for sure. And Crosshairs Kelly, he's no slouch either. He'll straightforward punch you in the face.
And introducing their opponents. At a combined weight of 471 pounds, from the Absolute Intense Wrestling Academy, the Kickflip Kid, Ryder, Reid, and the Burger Lovin' Menace, Chuck Stone, the Grinders!
Two young guns via the Absolute Intense Wrestling promotion in Cleveland. Students of the very talented Dominic Guarini are here at UpRyse, but they are opposed by Warhorse, so no easy task for Chuck Stone or Ryder Reid.
No, and it looks like we interrupted Chuck Stone's lunch or something. Is that a hoagie he's got in his hand down there?
That may be a hoagie.
Keep that away from Red.
It's a hell of a good point. I'm going to leave that one alone.
Sorry, I got you again.
That's what I thought.
Bell here, tag team action at UpRyse. As Ryder Reid, Chuck Stone make their UpRyse debut here on the Indie Wrestling Network. Once again, $5.99 a month if you're watching us on a free trial. Make sure you subscribe.
Please do.
Because I
got bills to pay.
I hear you, brother. Duke and Doe's Hardcore Memories, Women with Waffles, countless hours of wrestling action, all type of good stuff for under $6 a month. So make sure you subscribe. Let us keep the lights on. And you won't offend me with cash either.
No, not at all.
Another collar and elbow tie up here.
Hoss it up, man. Hoss it up.
You can really see the physical chess match unfolding here.
There you go. There you go. That's right, baby.
Big body.
Let's go now.
Hey, Paul. Chuck Stone's got a hamburger on his trunks.
That's different. I've seen a lot of different things, but never a Big Mac on it.
Another collar and elbow tie up here. See Crosshairs Kelly trying to get that low base for added leverage. And that hoagie power may be working because Chuck Stone got Crosshairs Kelly back to the ropes. A very rare occurrence that someone outpowers Crosshairs.
Yeah, he's a big, strong individual. So, but I guess when you got a lot of Big Macs pushing behind you, you get a little leverage advantage here and there.
It's a lot of carbs, brother. And this is wise from Crosshairs Kelly. Went for the go behind.
I want him to grab my burger.
Hey, Paul, what the hell was that?
That was different. That's all I can say is that was different.
As Crosshairs out of sorts.
There you go. Hoss it up, baby. You ain't moving this, baby. Hoss it up. Now it's all burger.
And man, Chuck Stone put his appearance aside. He just put Crosshairs down to the canvas. And as we said, you don't see that too often.
No way. Nice little tag team tandem move there for two guys who are really a first-time tag team.
Yeah, absolutely. Ryder Reid, this young man we're seeing checking in here, may have to get his teeth checked.
No.
Ryder Reid is a skateboarder outside of professional wrestling, tries to use a lot of that balance inside the squared circle as well. Really does things his own way, goes against the grain. And you can see he's literally going in circles around Crosshairs Kelly.
Well, got caught there.
Nice improvised offense.
Yeah, I thought Crosshairs had him there, but he was able to turn it into a modified version of a bulldog.
Double arm DDT planted Crosshairs very abruptly there. And there we're seeing the skateboarding influence.
Yeah, well, that's not going to win a match for you, I'll tell you right now, kid.
Uses it to drop an elbow on the spine, transitions to the cover. I think Tony Hawk would be proud of that.
I'm sure.
Out here, Chuck Stone is the legal man. And he just squashed Crosshairs.
Full burger right into the corner.
And again, I can't point this out enough. It's not often you're going to hear me say this, but Crosshairs Kelly is in trouble. But man, is he a vicious athlete. Chop blocking Chuck Stone.
Yeah, he's got it. He got the advantage here now.
Come on, Chuck. Come on, Chuck. Big Bruce. Get on offense, man.
And this is where Chuck Stone does not want to be because the fun and games could be over.
Oh, without
if
a
you get
doubt.
trapped in the wrong part of town with the Warhorse.
Yeah, these two young men definitely feel that they are the top tag team around, and they're looking for championships. That's for sure.
You have to think that if Warhorse continues this momentum, continues to rack up victories, they could be on their way to the main roster of Rise and quite possibly challenge for those tag titles currently held by System Elite.
Without a doubt. You know, I'm not going to lie to you. I'm going to let the cat out of the bag here a little bit, but Crosshairs Kelly has actually gotten a hold of me and asked me about strategy. So, you know, they're really looking for to become the top tag team around.
And Pat the Bruiser just squashed Chuck Stone.
I think he just bruised his buns.
I'm going to just go with you. We're still trying to make a hamburger reference off of that and leave it at that.
Come on,
we'll go with it.
Come on. Come on, huh?
The amount of brute force but speed that Warhorse collectively brings to the squared circle is almost scary.
Oh, yeah. When these guys are on top of their game, and they are on top of their game, I say there is none going to be better right now.
Well, Paul, you said that Crosshairs asked you for some strategy. What did you tell him?
I'm not going to give up all the secrets of the trade, but he's just like, I mean, hey, you know, I'm a multi-time tag team champion. These guys want to know how to get to the top. So,
5 minutes.
You know, the young man, he was pretty smart in getting a hold of me here. So I discussed some ways to get yourself into that championship picture with him.
And right now, Chuck Stone is just being physically bullied by Warhorse.
Yeah, they don't call this man Bruiser for nothing. He will definitely lay some lumps on you. You're going to be black and blue by the time he's done. And here you see that classic tag team strategy, cutting that ring in half, keeping one of your members of the opposite team in your corner, and antagonizing the other man while you do it.
Wait a minute, Pat the Bruiser could have been caught sleeping. Almost got rolled up, but he just bull rushed Chuck Stone.
Just like that, Warhorse right back on top.
Paul, I'm going to tell you what. Warhorse may be on the rise right now, no pun intended, but I truly believe that we are going to be talking about this tag team for a very, very long time.
There's no two ways about that, Jim.
These guys are just physically impressive.
And they've got the killer instinct and the killer attitude to go along with those impressive size and moves.
And as we're seeing Crosshairs Kelly round Chuck Stone, we did mention that Ryder Reid and Chuck Stone, students of Dominic Guarini. And real quick, I want to send a shout out to Dominic with the success he's had in his career recently.
Good job, brother.
As Chuck Stone trying to fight his way out of it here, he ran into a brick wall.
Yes, he did. A little shot for his partner there, too, for good measure.
And despite being their debut here, Ryder, Reid, excuse me, and
Easy
Chuck.
for you to say.
Yeah, I hear you. Ryder, Reid, and Chuck Stone. They're proving that they're durable. They can take a beating. They're not going to fold up like a cheap suit. They're proving they want to make a mark here because you don't sustain this amount of punishment and keep fighting unless you're dedicated to this sport.
No, without a doubt. Like I said, for a first-time tag team, they're actually working well together. These guys do know each other outside of the ring as well, but it takes a lot to work as a tandem team, and they're doing it right now. And as you see the teamwork here at Warhorse.
Paul, I know this may sound trivial, but think how much it takes to move the frame of Pat the Bruiser off of your shoulder.
Oh, it's definitely gonna take a lot out of you each and every time. You got to try. That alone will wear a man down without even hitting him once.
And man, Pat the Bruiser is just a monster.
And you notice how he puts himself in between him and his tag team partner. And right there it shows why. If you can't move the big man, you can't make the tag.
Trauma.
He placed himself perfectly between Chuck Stone and Ryder Reid there, and when Reid tried to get through, or Stone tried to get through there, he had to try to move that mountain of a man, and it didn't work out too well for him. Oh, that'll separate a shoulder in a heartbeat. Jim, let's face it. This Chuck Stone's quite a big man, and Dick the Bruiser just was throwing him around like he was a rag doll.
Pat the Bruiser.
I'm old school. What can I say? No, you can't smell what's in my cup. Sorg will fix it in post.
You're sorry on that. You're about to be real sorry on that.
Yes, go Captain.
And man, Stone finally getting a reprieve.
He's got to get over and get a tag quickly if he does not. But notice here, Crosshairs Kelly tried to hook that foot and slow him down a little bit.
Pair of tags here.
Ryder now the proverbial house of fire.
Let's go!
10 minutes gone by, 10 minutes.
Hooks that leg.
Crosshairs right there at the last minute to break up the pin.
How competitive has this action been here?
Well, this has definitely been one for the record books. Like I said, for a first-time tag team, these two young men, the Grinders, are really giving Warhorse a run for their money.
Chuck Stone hit the floor very, very hard. Look out
here! Wow, he just squashed him.
That's it. Forget about it. I spoke too soon.
Chuck Stone literally saved the loss right there.
You are seeing two teams give you everything they have here.
If Chuck Stone wouldn't have gotten that ring in time, this was definitely over.
No one is holding anything back here.
You can't hold anything back at UpRyse.
Well, somebody's been studying tapes.
I'm telling you.
Come on!
Ryder Reid gonna take a chance.
Going up high here. He hit it. Is that enough to keep Crosshairs Kelly down?
And this time it is Pat the Bruiser just bull rushing Ryder Reid.
We have seen the last 3 pin attempts literally saved at the last possible minute. Now everyone's down on the canvas right now. This looks like a car crash.
All four men showing the signs of this very physical contest. But whoever gets the win here is going to earn it. You got to admire the fight of Ryder Reid.
But is it going to be enough against these two big, strong men?
Ryder Reid out the back door.
Line tag made.
Wait a minute, Chuck Stone got caught.
And he just took his own partner out.
That may have been a mistake.
Warhorse just plants him. And that's
finally, that will do it.
The winners of this match, as a result of a pinfall, the team of Crosshairs Kelly and Pat the Bruiser, Warhorse!
Warhorse once again putting themselves just that much closer to the top of the tag team ranks with a huge victory here tonight.
Warhorse may be the most dominant team in UpRyse.
And dare I say, if they do make that Rise roster, they could very easily become the most dominant tag team in Rise as well.
Could Pat the Bruiser and Crosshairs Kelly be on their way to turning Rise's tag team division completely upside down? Wait a minute! What the hell is Ryder Reid doing?
I think he took exception to the loss there.
Now Chuck Stone was through a war as well.
He appears to be a sore loser here right now. And I don't think Chuck Stone will be sharing any more of his hoagie with him, that's for sure.
I don't know what Ryder Reid's problem is. This guy's a disgrace.
Worthless!
Introducing first, from the IWC Academy, weighing in at 185 pounds, he is too glam to give a damn, Trophy Boy, Tyler Klein!
Back here for the second half of UpRyse, September 29th, 2019. My name's Jim Amata, joined by Paul Atlas. And Paul, I know this concept may be a little foreign to you, but Tyler Klein fancies himself a fashion designer, talks about what's in vogue, Versace, Hugo Boss, all the big brand names. Tyler Klein claims that he's all style and all flair.
I don't know. If it ain't Levi's and work boots, I don't know what the heck you're talking about.
And introducing his opponent, of the AIW Academy, weighing in at 200 pounds. He is the strongest man in all the land, MacArthur!
He almost cleared the seats, Paul.
I'm telling you.
Arthur McArthur, a very eccentric young man.
And that music. What the heck era was that from?
Some vaudeville.
Thank you for that.
That's okay. It's okay. So,
I think Tyler Klein was trying to bag Arthur McArthur.
Yeah, it was in the bag for a second there.
Is that really out of date cheetah print?
Out of date?
Yeah, seriously. Come here. I'll take a measurement, or two. That's really small chest for a strong man, but it's whatever.
All this measuring is making me nervous.
I'm
Paul.
telling you. I don't know what they're going to measure next.
Hello.
Anyway.
Now, wait a minute.
Many of these in the wild.
I think Tyler Klein, is that some cheetah print of his own? I don't know.
Some kind of animal.
Not so much.
I'm a clean fighter, don't worry.
MacArthur fancies himself a strong man from a bygone era. He's putting up his dukes, Paul.
I'll tell you what.
30 style boxing.
Queen's rules.
Jack Johnson would be so proud right now.
I'm telling you.
Ready, Arthur? Ready, Tyler?
Yeah, of course.
I want to do a Howard Cosell impression so bad right now, but I feel like I would do it poorly. Here we are in the stronghold. Arthur MacArthur throws Tyler Klein back to the corner.
Thank you for that. It's not the Thriller in Manila, but what the hell?
It's a thriller, all right. I don't know. Certainly two diametrically opposed athletes, to say the least.
That's for sure.
Ew, that was unsanitary.
And Tyler Klein feeling the effects of his own chop.
It's that burly strongman chest.
And just like that.
Now, Tyler Klein is very prim and proper. He's got all his grooming done. Arthur MacArthur, not so much.
No, well. Is it true what I hear that Tyler Klein is Calvin Couture's personal designer?
Yes, which explains the...
That explains a whole lot.
And he's curling Tyler Klein.
Curls there, yeah. Some curls for the girls, I guess. Little emphasis on the body slam as well.
And MacArthur's living up to his reputation.
He is definitely showing that he has the strength advantage so far in this match.
Carrying those anvils around.
That was interesting.
A high-risk maneuver from Arthur MacArthur.
Okay, we'll go with that.
We're not ending in a count out. Get in there.
You know, this guy fancies himself a sideshow performer, a stage performer. I wonder what Mo, Larry, and Curly would think of Tyler Klein.
Yuck, yuck, yuck. And
but the fun and games may be over, Paul, because Tyler Klein is quite literally chopping away at the knee, and you yourself can talk about how dangerous knee problems can be.
Without a doubt, he's trying to chop the big man off his feet and take away that power base. Really wrenching that knee in a way it's not really designed to bend right now.
And I think Tyler Klein was expecting to be able to promote his own personal stylings out here, and Arthur MacArthur kind of derailed that plan.
Yeah, well, somebody better clue this kid in. This is UpRyse. You're going to fight for your life here.
The accessory where you had knee pads.
I don't need knee pads. I have knee caps for a reason.
No knee pads, Paul.
Okay. He's going to pay for that in the future, that's for sure.
Billy Robinson would be proud of that.
I'm telling you.
There's another old school reference.
Thanks for that. Tyler Klein with the 2 count there. Klein trying to shake the cobwebs out of himself and maybe get a little blood flow back from the leg.
There you go, Paul. There's the claw.
There it is. Fritz von Erich is turning over in his grave right now.
What about Kurgan? He did the claw too.
Well, that's true.
As far as I know, he's still alive. Nice agility from Tyler Klein. You know, we're having some fun at his expense.
Yeah, but this man, much like Calvin Couture, definitely has a nasty streak in him.
And clearly, Tyler Klein is coming out here with a plan because he was smart enough to realize that Arthur MacArthur does not wear knee pads, and that would make his knee more susceptible to damage, which is exactly where he is targeting right at this juncture of this matchup.
That, and like I said earlier, if he can keep the big man on the ground, he can't use that power base, and that right now that seems to be Tyler Klein's game plan here, and it's working for him.
Oh, man, that was nasty.
Basically one-legged, Arthur MacArthur able to drive Tyler Klein flat on his back into the mat. But he still can't stand.
By 5 minutes.
Still can't get back up to that power base of his.
The designer may be losing his lunch with that one. Huge lariat out of the corner.
Followed it up with a big back elbow.
Paul, here we go.
There it is.
Argentina Rocco style. The airplane spin.
There it is. Into a Samoan drop, but can he capitalize on it? As you notice, he grasped for that knee right again.
Tyler Klein wisely trying to create some space, but MacArthur's going to press the advantage here. Going for that backpack stunner, plants Tyler Klein right across.
He could have him here.
Hooks that leg.
Still not enough to keep Tyler Klein down, though.
And Paul, you got to think somewhere Calvin Couture is watching this thing, rooting on for his designer.
I'm sure he is. What is he going for here?
Could be that Gotch pile driver.
Klein able to counter it with a back body drop.
Carl Gotch, Fritz Von Erich, and Jack Johnson all in the same match. We are batting 1,000, Paul Atlas.
I'm telling you. We've got it all on top of our games today with his references.
Nice double underhook throw from Tyler Klein.
Can he capitalize? Did he get enough on it? No.
You know, despite the very cocky nature and arrogant nature that Tyler Klein brings to this matchup, this guy can show you he's getting it done inside those ring ropes.
Well, he definitely is. He's definitely well schooled. He's well taught.
Shoots him off here. Mule kick drives all the air out of MacArthur.
Hooking him up here.
And look at this. What a neck breaker. Almost spiked MacArthur directly into the canvas. That's got to be all. No.
Inches away.
Got that left shoulder up.
The very last possible minute, he was able to roll that shoulder.
And fashion designers are known for having a short fuse. I think Tyler Klein is getting very, very frustrated.
Yeah, he's really beside himself here.
He's having a temper tantrum, Paul.
He is.
Somebody needs to get him a latte or something to calm him down.
I'm telling you.
Now, wait a minute. He's got
that book of his there.
That's that fashion book. Who knows what's in it? And MacArthur just ran over Tyler Klein.
And that's it.
The winner of this match as the result of a pinfall, the strongest man in all the land, Arthur MacArthur!
Paul, I have to say, I think Ray Stevens would be proud of this one. Arthur MacArthur, victorious.
Very old school there.
The strong man bringing his unique brand of professional wrestling here to the Stronghold.
And in the battle of the newcomers here to UpRyse, MacArthur brings himself a victory in his first time out.
Introducing first, he is a product Stronghold Academy. Weighing in tonight at 240 pounds. He is a two-time Emmy Award winner. The successful Saint Jordan Styles.
This man may be the brightest prospect on the UpRyse roster, and he makes no shame in telling you about it. A legitimate Emmy Award winner, the Emmy Award-winning athlete, the successful St. Jordan Styles is back here at UpRyse. As I am still Jim Lamada, he's still Paul Atwood, and we are being rejoined by the Firebird Sean Phoenix. Sean, you were backstage. What's the buzz going around as this event progresses tonight? What's the buzz going around as this event progresses tonight?
This is an amazing show. Amazing show. I just can't believe that Jordan Styles is a two-time Emmy Award winner. I may not like the guy, but wow, that's going to turn a lot of heads.
To be fair, if I'd won an Emmy, I would probably talk about it almost as much as he does.
Introducing his opponent.
Two-time Emmy Award-winning Jordan Styles. Once again, I'm surprised they have that tool bag division.
Representing the Iron City Wrestling Academy and the Armstrong County Judo Club. Weighing in tonight at 250 pounds, he is the Rodent, Stevie LaBelle.
100% focus from Stevie LaBelle. A man that went from the judo mat to the squared circle and brings a ton of potential with him.
That's exciting.
Sean, I'm going to ask you, if you were Jordan Styles trying to prepare for someone, a crossover athlete like Stevie LaBelle, how do you approach this matchup?
It's funny you should ask me that, because I wanted to bring up backstage, I legitimately heard Jordan almost bragging about the fact that he didn't feel the need to prepare for this match. He's pretty much undefeated in UpRyse. This is Stevie LaBelle's first singles match, so he's looking to make a name for himself. I think this Emmy second win has gone to his head.
I'm surprised his head fits in this building.
It's unbelievable, but like I'm not kidding. This guy was bragging about having to prepare for this match.
Well, he may be a two-time legitimate Emmy Award winner, but he's in there with a legitimate badass in Stevie LaBelle. I'm telling you right now, this guy is a martial arts expert as well as a well-versed wrestler.
Absolutely, I believe he's a brown belt in judo, and I've trained with Mr. LaBelle a couple times trying to rehab everything. Don't let his size fool you. He may be a bigger frame, but he can move. Look, as you see right there.
Immediately that judo throw, and this may give Jordan Styles a sense of who he's in the ring.
You don't flip an Emmy winner. It's a thing, I know. You don't flip an Emmy winner.
Well, guess what, kid? You do it twice.
Maybe that lack of preparing is definitely coming back to haunt
I'll tell you what,
Jordan.
Something else. There's about the fourth or fifth time he's been flipped.
He's getting thrown out of his shoes.
And again, I could just keep watching this. Short arm clothesline.
And this is where Jordan Styles does not want to be.
He'd rather be at home dusting off his Emmys.
Dusting? He never lets that thing get dusty.
Touche.
Very resourceful from Jordan Styles. Big mid-ring collision. Just launches himself at LaBelle.
And just like that, the tide has turned. You know, we're having a little bit of fun here at Jordan's expense, but this guy is undefeated so far at UpRyse, so you can't take that away from him.
Well, I'm telling you what, Paul, I wasn't being sarcastic when I said the introduction to this matchup that Jordan Styles may be the brightest prospect on the UpRyse roster. He is a real natural inside the squared circle. However, tactics like that will not serve him well. In fact, the only flaw in his game is how overconfident he tends to be.
Well, that's very true.
Physically, he has all the tools. Styles hooks up LaBelle. Snap suplex, floats over. And Paul, you can speak to him. That's a veteran sense right there.
Oh, without a doubt there. He's shown wisdom beyond his years in being able to execute maneuvers like that at the given time.
Go ahead, Sean.
That's going to knock the wind out of you. I just want to point that out. I'm not too familiar
And so
with
will
judo.
this.
Yeah, absolutely. I'm not too familiar with the art of judo. I can't imagine many snap suplex happening, and that's going to really remind you that you're in the wrestling ring and not on the mat.
Yeah, that is one of the main differences. There are no ring ropes in judo, obviously.
Yeah, Stevie LaBelle is finding out right now as he's got one right across his throat.
But we're going to find out how adaptable is Stevie LaBelle.
Don't take that away from him. He is a great professional wrestler as well. Like I said, I've rolled around with him in the ring. I've been working on my ring wrestling. He's phenomenal, but it's great to have that extra that background in the judo, the brown belt in judo. That's really going to come in handy if he can get to his feet.
And he may not be getting up to his feet because Jordan Styles wrenching on that knee at a very awkward angle. That's a good way to separate a kneecap.
Once you do that, you're not going to be able to kick.
And you won't have the balance. You'll be able to plant the leg to shift and throw that weight around with those judo throws.
Oh, just paintbrushing him now. The disrespect.
And this is where LaBelle is going to find out how bad he wants to be successful here at UpRyse.
He wants to avenge his last match. He teamed with Billy Rexman. Did not get the W. Looking to make that win on his own at Jordan's expense.
And LaBelle may be out of it here. He hit his head very hard that time. Lateral press. Nope, not going to get it. You're just not going to get it done like that.
Without a doubt. Without a doubt. You're not going to gain a victory that way. Like we said, you can't take nothing away from Jordan Styles. He is undefeated. But moves like that are going to definitely put a stop to that undefeated streak.
And as much as his arrogant nature drives me insane, Jordan Styles is a student of Rise founder Brandon Kay, so you know his pedigree is top-notch. Although I don't think Brandon taught Jordan any of this bracket. Something like that.
Look at that split! Wow!
What flexibility!
And nobody home on that one, thanks to the flexibility of Stevie LaBelle.
May have taken something out of his knee right there.
I can honestly say I have zero of that type of flexibility, which is why I'm up here with you, gentlemen.
Exactly.
Snapmare's out of the corner. And LaBelle tried to plant on that leg.
Yeah, he didn't get all of that kick simply because of the fact that knee is really bothering him.
He's got to stay on Jordan here. Yeah, there you go. Stay on him. You got him where you want him.
You have to wonder if tweaking that knee will change any of its strategy as this matchup progresses.
Every time he goes for the kick, he ends up dropping down to that knee. It's that wheel is slowly deflating.
And it's also taking some of the effect of those kicks. He's not
didn't catch all of it that time. Harley Race style knee right to the crown of the head.
5 minutes going by, 5 minutes.
Jordan going to shoot LaBelle off here. Beautiful spine buster.
That was executed well by Jordan Styles.
Floats over and hooks the leg, and you notice that time Styles played no games. He realizes who he's in the ring with.
Yeah, you got to cinch that leg up. You got to put all your body weight across the man's shoulders if you're looking to get a victory.
And Sean, I'm going to ask you, but you said you trained some with Stevie LaBelle. From a personal perspective, what is his philosophy approaching professional wrestling. From what I've heard, he always tries to do things the right way, which is kind of the opposite of what we see from Jordan Styles.
Oh, 100%. He's a good kid, and that's all there is to it. He's a good kid. He wants to make a name for himself. He loves the act of competing, has the judo background, now venturing out into pro wrestling as well. So he's got, like I said, the judo background that he can rely on. But things like that really make you change your game plan.
Oh, look out.
Jordan working on that leg. Very smart of Jordan. Give credit where credit is due.
Into a reverse Indian death lock.
This could be it right there.
Putting a lot of pressure on that ankle and knee.
Jordan wisely scooching back so Stevie couldn't reach the ropes.
You can see the pain etched on the face. And I can't say it enough that Jordan Styles shows flashes of wisdom beyond his years inside those ring ropes so often. And LaBelle may have
nice counter there.
Got it into a leg lock. And if Jordan does not roll to try to neutralize this pressure, his ankle's going to snap.
Shoulders down, referee Nick wisely counting it.
This leg lock. And Jordan Styles may have no choice but to tap out here because his ankle is going to snap.
But he knows that win-loss record is on the line. If he taps out, that's a notch in the loss column.
LeBell has that ankle hyperextended, and Jordan Styles, it could be snap or tap, but he just dug those right into the eye.
He did the only thing he could do at this point to get out of that, and that's to stick the fingers in the eyes of Stevie LaBelle. Both men now, both in a world of hurt right here. Who's going to get to their feet first? Who's going to get that base? And who's going to get the victory?
Definitely an even matchup now as both men are down on their knees trying to gain their widths to them. And Jordan's up first. Oh, and just punches Stevie. Stevie retaliates.
You can hear the contact here, gentlemen. This is a physical fight.
But if you notice, to your point, Jordan Styles keeps throwing those closed fist punches, but Stevie LaBelle refuses to throw them back and hits him with a forearm shiver.
Back elbow there. Styles was rocked. And finds the energy for the throw. And there's a roundhouse kick.
I think it's light out. Lights out here.
And man, you don't get any closer than that, gentlemen.
Do not know where Jordan Styles come up with the ability to kick out of that. I thought it was lights out at that point.
When you get kicked in the face like that, everything goes white. You start questioning where you are, your teeth smack together, then you gotta wonder if you've got all your teeth, then you gotta find it within you to kick out. And Jordan did that, very impressive.
If Jordan wasn't disoriented before, he is now because he's getting bounced around like a ping pong ball. LaBelle gonna press forward here.
These men are tired, you can tell, they're giving it their all.
And that's what we've seen up and down the card all night, Sean.
When push comes to shove, you gotta know when to kick it up into third gear.
Both men jockeying for position here.
And LaBelle, I thought he was going for a guillotine, may have dropped down into a DDT. But Styles got that left shoulder up.
I don't know who got the worst of that. Maybe desperation from Stevie, maybe desperation from Jordan, trying to counter that into a spine buster.
Well, I'll tell you what, whoever gets this victory here, they're going to have earned this. These guys have been going at it tooth and nail. You know, like I said, we've been having some fun at Jordan Styles' expense here tonight. But this is one hell of a fight between these two guys.
10 minutes gone by, 10 minutes.
Ripcord. Jordan ducks underneath and again going right back to the eyes. Come on.
Went for that. Origa.
And with the trunks. Come on.
The winner of this match has the result of a pinfall. The successful Saint, Jordan Styles.
You know, I believe.
We're going to let this stand?
I believe if LaBelle hit that.
Well, it looks that way.
Son Ogari, it would have been it.
By hook or by crook, the Emmy award-winning athlete secures himself another victory. But
Wait a minute, what's he doing here?
Well, LaBelle still can't see.
That
and just decked him in the face with the Emmy. This is ridiculous.
Can we get some help out here?
Well, I know we got monitors back there. Let's get somebody out here and get Jordan the hell out of here.
It's a little ridiculous. He already had the victory, and then he has to lay in a little more insult to injury with that Emmy, striking Stevie LaBelle right in the face with it.
And that award is solid. As we said, it is a legitimate Emmy.
Yeah, that's not some plastic piece you buy in a novelty store. Look out, he's measuring up again.
Here we go, here we go.
And thankfully, Brandon Kay, trainer of Jordan, founder of Rise.
I didn't teach you to do any of this stuff. You want to hit someone? Huh?
And Brandon Kay admonishing Jordan Styles here for his style of behavior, if you will.
We need help for LaBelle out here.
Wait a minute here.
Oh,
What's Styles doing?
Whoa! He was going to nail Brandon.
Yeah.
He was going to blindside Brandon Kay.
Brandon a little bit too smart for that.
What a sleaze. What a total sleaze. I'll take nothing away from Jordan Styles as an athlete, but as a human being, he is a sleaze bag.
Oh, yeah, go ahead and cheer Brandon. Go ahead. Go ahead.
I would walk to the end of the earth for Brandon Kay and you, Paul Atlas, and all these men that paved the way for me. That is just disgusting. I know Brandon taught him.
That's utterly disrespectful.
He didn't want to fight Brandon Kay straight up. He wanted to blindside.
Brandon Kay.
You should be ashamed of yourself, pal.
Brandon Kay, the man who gave Jordan Styles his chance to be in wrestling, and as a former trainer myself, that's just despicable.
Well, Paul, I have to think that this is not the last time we're going to see the very talented Stevie LaBelle here at UpRyse.
I would hope not, because he put on one hell of a fight here tonight.
Introducing first from the ICWA, weighing in tonight at 303 pounds, Officer Dan Murphy!
Well, gentlemen, we know the story of this vile individual here. Claims he had dinner at the White House a few weeks ago. I didn't know he visited in a insane asylum.
I am the law!
Graduated top of his academy.
And introducing his opponent. Representing the Violence Academy, weighing in tonight at 181 pounds, Supernatural Zach Vincent!
One of the most unique equations, but one of the most talented athletes we've seen here on the Indie Wrestling Network. A 15-year pro. And as I've said several times, the only thing that Zach Vincent has lacked in his career is opportunity. This platform here on the Indie Wrestling Network and here at UpRyse is that platform, is that opportunity.
That's right. We don't have very many 15-year pros on the roster here at UpRyse, mostly young talent, but Zach Vincent has been looking for that one great opportunity, and he feels that UpRyse is that place.
This guy is a real paradox, a real Rubik's Cube of wrestling is Zach Vincent.
100%. I've gone one-on-one with this man, and while I was in the ring, brought out like 6 people dressed up like Egyptians. It totally threw me off. I was not prepared for that. You never know what he's going to bring to the table.
Well, we know what Officer Dan brings to the table, that nightstick and that damn whistle.
Tell you what, he keeps blowing that whistle. I'm going to take out one of these hearing aids.
Hey, he's,
for once, you have an advantage.
I know,
with that.
right?
that's right. I'm telling you.
That's all right. You with the hearing, me with the parking. Together, we got all the bases covered. Paul's got his AARP card
That's
to save
right.
us 15% at Denny's.
We got all the good parking spots, and we're getting money off of dinner tonight, guys.
Wonderful. Collar elbow tie up here. And you can see Zach Vincent ricocheting on impact with the force that Officer Dan sent him down to the canvas.
You know, this match is interesting because I've known Zach for a while, and I don't want to pull the curtain back too much, but, you know, he has a bit of a dark past, and he's spent time behind bars, and that's not my story to tell. That's what's up to Zach if he wants to tell it, but the gist of this grudge is Officer Dan honestly feels like Zach didn't spend enough time behind bars, and I disagree with that. And Zach's looking to show that he's a changed man and looking for an opportunity.
We know Officer Dan isn't exactly on the up and up. Remember, he's running buddies with David Lawless, so that's all you need to know right there about his ethics.
Say no more.
Criminal. That's funny.
And I don't know if a test of strength is wise for Zach Vincent. I know he's up to try anything, but I don't know if a test of strength against a man the size of Officer Dan is the way to go.
He came in with a plan.
Officer Dan puts on the brakes. That high-flying style of Zach Vincent may be grounded as he got his head taken off that time. Lucha pass.
Oh, tripped him.
Schoolyard trip.
Sometimes
Right
it's
into
all
the
it
headlock.
takes.
What do you say, Officer Dan? No. Squeak whistle. That was the night quit.
Sean, you've competed against Zach Vincent. How do you describe having Zach Vincent as an opponent in a professional wrestling contest?
Well, like I alluded to earlier, and as did you, he's a Rubik's Cube. A very talented athlete, but very unorthodox at times. Everything he does is very crisp, but the way he gets into some of these maneuvers really makes you question how smart you are as a pro wrestler. Look at this. Look at this.
Officer Dan was trying to blow for a timeout, and it didn't matter.
Yeah, he almost ate that whistle, which wouldn't be a bad thing.
Oh, that was nasty. Vincent hit the buckles very hard that time.
He took a little too much time trying to get up there, and Officer Dan definitely took advantage of it.
And racks the lumbar region on the backbreaker.
You have the right to shut the hell up.
Come on now. You know, I heard Officer Dan speaking in the back, and he said the two most important women in his life. You want to take a guess who they are? They're his gun and his badge.
Must explain why he's a lonely man.
Exactly.
Shrugs Vincent off, but Vincent is like a pit bull in there. This guy will not quit. And Officer Dan got off of his feet and just drilled Zach Vincent with I believe, a knee strike.
Yeah, Vincent went to the well one too many times on that there, trying to take Officer Dan down, and it did not work to his advantage there.
Yeah, he's on Dream Street right now.
I feel like had Zach not said one more time, Officer Dan wouldn't have known what was coming. He knew Zach was going to turn his back to him, and that was all the time he needed to form a game plan.
That's a very good point, Sean. Vincent may have inadvertently telegraphed himself there and paid for it because the status of this matchup has completely shifted. You can see Officer Dan trying to rough up Zach Vincent. And boxed in the corners where he does not want to be.
Yeah, using a little bit of that police brutality now to take full control over Zach Vincent right now is Officer Dan Murphy.
You know, I like Officer Dan. I feel like his worst enemy is himself. He wants to be the bad cop in the situation, but he ends up coming out looking like Carl Winslow. Police Academy, sound effect guy. Remember that guy?
Wait a minute here. Officer Dan is just muscling Zach Vincent around into the backbreaker.
We've had a ton of 80s references here tonight.
I admit that was before my time. That might not be the right guy, but you know who I'm talking about.
Zach Vincent now, he's in a world of hurt right here. Is now Officer Dan just driving that knee into the lower back.
And that lumbar region is the most susceptible spot to damage in the back.
The thing about your back is, when you hurt your back, that's like 50% of your body right there. The muscles, anytime you take a step, you feel that in your lower hips, which radiates up your spine, and it can really keep you down.
And that's a 300-plus pound frame coming down on that spine. But again, that pit bull mentality of Zach Vincent continuing to fight forward. And this UpRyse crowd letting Officer Dan know what they think of him.
Yeah, getting a little momentum there and then driving the shoulder or the elbow down into that lower back.
And Zach Vincent is in real agony right now.
Focusing on that back more.
Give up! Quit! Just like all you quitters out here. You freaking millennials! Give up! Give up!
And Officer Dan just really wrenching back on the back of Zach Vincent right now.
Getting rid of the whistle. It's getting serious now. I've never seen Officer Dan throw that whistle like that.
He's going to fly here now, it looks like.
Dan may want to put Zach Vincent on a shelf, gentlemen. Oh, ill-conceived because Officer Dan is not an aerial artist, and he just splatted all over the canvas. Tilt the whirl.
Up out the back door.
Oh, what a round kick. Caught Officer Dan right in the ear.
Another one right to the bridge of the nose.
Cross body. This could be it. Could be it. 1, 2. No.
No. He got all of his weight across the chest, but he left that lower body of Officer Dan's exposed, and he was able to power out using those legs to kick out.
Officer Dan elevates Vincent. Crucifix bomb. Officer Dan has the shoulders down.
Yeah, but still not able to get a base over top of the shoulders there, leaving room for the escape by Officer Dan there.
Murphy was just too big in that juncture.
Not to mention the fact that Zach Vincent has absorbed a lot of punishment to this point of the match.
We know Vincent's willing to take a chance.
Working Ron and no.
What in the world? Oh, God, his head bounced off the canvas. Gentlemen, I'm shocked.
I thought that was it right there, but wait a minute. Gets him up again.
Oh, man, this is a bad spot.
Whoa!
Desperation maneuver from Zach Vincent.
Yeah, able to get somewhat of a hurricanrana. He didn't hit it all, though, but he got it was enough to drive Officer Dan into the rope.
Axe kick. And that may have knocked Officer Dan out. Murphy's on Dream Street. Zach Vincent perched up top. Could be taking a home run swing.
Here he comes.
Whoa, wow. DDT.
Spiked his head right into the canvas. And he got him.
That the Swan Drive, and tonight it worked out for him.
Wait a minute, guys. Was his foot under the rope?
It may have been. I'm looking on our monitor here, and yeah, his foot was not on the rope. It was under the rope, actually, but that's considered out of bounds.
Yeah, that's still a break under the ropes, but referee George didn't see it.
I think Officer Dan, I can't believe I'm going to say it, but I think he was robbed here.
For once in his life, he may have a legitimate point.
Yeah, it doesn't have to be on the rope itself. If you were outside that rope, like I said, that's like being out of bounds in football. The play stops. He has a legitimate gripe here.
Wow, how impressive for Zach to actually keep him down for 3 seconds, regardless of the fact that it might be disputed. He did what not many people thought he could do.
Oh, I'm not saying it's not impressive, Sean, but come on now. I mean, for once in our, and I think he has a legitimate gripe here. He was definitely robbed.
Controversy here at UpRyse. And what does this mean for Vincent and Officer Dan?
I'm sure Rise Management will be taking a look at this.
on.
Keep going, gotta keep walking.
Sorry, Max. Can we have a word with you?
What? What do you want?
We saw you in your destructive nature take out Ziggy Haim before your...
She's in my way! Everyone is in my way. I'm here to destroy everything! If she can't hack it, Ziggy needs to stay home.
Representing UpRyse from the wasteland, standing at 6 feet tall, she is Max the Impaler!
One of the most physically dominating females in independent wrestling today. The woman known simply as Max could turn Ryse upside down if she gains entry to the roster here this afternoon.
Without a doubt, one of the toughest women I have ever seen in my life. Not only a wrestler, but a weightlifter and a strong woman competitor is Max.
And introducing her opponent.
I want to know who you're meeting in the cemetery.
I don't have to tell you anything.
Hailing from Las Vegas, Nevada.
Whoa, 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 whoa. Look out here.
4 feet.
Red better get the hell out of the ring because these girls are not going to wait.
We're kicking, you're starting this at 80 miles per hour.
Just a few weeks ago at the Ryse event, Max made an impromptu appearance and used her skull to knock out Ziggy Haim. This is a very personal rivalry here, and at this juncture, Max is trying to use Ziggy.
This one could be over before it gets started.
To gain entry into Ryse. Our feature presentation here, exclusively on the Indie Wrestling Network. For UpRyse, it is Ziggy Haim versus Max the Impaler.
And you talk about a David and Goliath situation here. Max, as physically imposing as she is, going up against this young firecracker in Ziggy Haim.
It's David versus Goliath. Ziggy rushed her way into the lion's den, and she may regret that here.
Yeah, she thought maybe it was a quick way to get on top of Max, but Max definitely cut that off.
Don't count Ziggy out. One of my tag partners. I know Ziggy very well. This like you said, this girl's a firecracker. You know, even an M80 is small, but it can do a lot of damage.
I'm not going to take anything away from Ziggy. She's in the thick of the Rise of a Contender tournament right now on the Ryse main roster. She's been fighting to become the first woman to win the Grand Championship. But come on, guys, look at this Max. She is as physically imposing as any man I've ever seen, let alone a woman.
And listen to that contact.
And honestly, I think this crowd is just terrified.
Well, there's a hushed silence out here.
I think
the presence of Max.
They are definitely. I think they fear for Ziggy. Look at this right now.
She is quite literally ragdolling Ziggy, and we may want to stop this one before Ziggy Haim gets hurt.
I'll tell you right now. Just give her the spot on the roster before something happens here, and Ziggy gets hurt badly.
Oh my!
You know, Max has a great pedigree. She was trained by the Chris brothers. She's working in Ohio Valley Wrestling. She's working for Ryse Women Wrestling. She's taking the wrestling world by storm. She can wrestle, and she can fight.
And she can decapitate, which is what she's doing here. And our feature presentation may be a short.
Come on, Ziggy.
Yeah, I don't know if there's any way Ziggy Haim can fight back from this. This young lady Max, she may just be too much for Ziggy to handle.
And she collapsed in the corner. She may have
Yeah, and
hit her elbow on the way down, Paul. She was clutching her arm immediately.
Ziggy may want to think about living to fight another day. Like I mentioned before, she is right in the thick of the Rise of a Contender tournament. And 2 weeks from now, she has to face Tony Johnson in that tournament. And if something happens here that she's injured, she's going to give up that chance at the Rise Grand Championship.
Absolutely, Paul. October 12th, the next time we're in this building for Rise.
Jawbreaker. Ziggy has everything to lose, and Max has everything to gain. This
Absolutely correct,
insane.
Sean.
Up.
And look at the physical strength, the physical domination.
And believe me, I'm not trying to take anything away from Ziggy. She is one heck of a competitor. But she's got other things on her plate right now that she might want to consider being more important than keeping Max off the Rise roster.
Well, it's a matter of pride because Max blindside Ziggy at the last Rise event.
This may be, hold on, John, I don't mean to interrupt you, but this might be it.
She's finding that life left in her. Ziggy fighting back.
She's got guts, but I don't know if that's going to be enough in this case.
Oh, no. Oh, no.
Well, she's got her up here now. Oh, Ziggy trying to slide out the back door.
Shoulders down.
You don't have to hurt your opponent. All you have to do is win. And I think Ziggy knows that.
Gentlemen, I'm going to be honest here. I'm very concerned for Ziggy's safety here.
That Samoan drop just driving the air out of Ziggy.
All right, Ziggy, stay in this.
Sean, I don't know if it's a wise decision for her to stay.
Yeah, I mean, I know she's a friend of yours. I know she's a tag team partner, but, you know, you got to think about your career moving forward from this night.
You know, I can put myself in these shoes. I know when a lot of times people counted me out, all it takes is that little second that can change the tide, and you can.
And Nick Davidson may want to think about stopping this one because Ziggy is being dissected. She's being picked apart.
I mean, other than that little bit of flurry when she first hit the ring. Yeah, I mean, other than that initial flurry when she first hit the ring, we have not seen a lot of offense out of Ziggy Haim right now, Tom.
I mean, Sean, I don't know if you want to disclose any personal conversations here, but what was Ziggy's mindset ahead of this matchup? I mean, you guys are friends. You talked to her.
She just wanted to bring hell. I know that's all she wanted to do. Don't count her out. Look at this. Look at she's staying in this. Yeah, it might not be doing a lot of damage. But you stay in this, all it takes is 1 second, one hit to the diaphragm, where you can knock your opponent's wind out, and then you can gain the momentum, and Ziggy's gaining some momentum right now. But it's taking a lot out of her.
Ziggy's
see that?
Quite literally scratching and clawing to try to rally here, but I just don't know.
And Jim, if you notice, this is the first real response we've actually got out.
Shoulders down.
That's a 2 count. That's a 2 count.
First real response we actually got out of this crowd so far.
There has been a very uncomfortable hush over the abuse that is being poured on Ziggy here.
Yeah, I think it has nothing to do with the overall match and everything that everybody just feels really like uncomfortable with the fact that Ziggy could really become hurt here.
And we talked about it a few weeks ago. Her belief in herself, her self-motivation has really propelled her to a new level, but and man, how close was that? Max and if Max is defeated here, that could spell the end of her at UpRyse.
Yeah, I mean, to lose.
She made such a public statement invading the stronghold a few weeks ago. She's having her chance. She strikes out here. It's the back of the line, pal.
Yeah, she pretty much guaranteed that she would win tonight and be on the UpRyse roster, or on the Rise roster. So a loss here tonight is really going to stall that momentum.
Capitalize, come on. You know, I shudder to think what would happen if Max were to lose. You know, she's scary now, but if you give a loss under her belt, the terror she's gonna bring.
Wait a minute, Ziggy could be going for it. She hit the bulldog.
That's twice now. That's twice.
What an upset!
That's it.
Upset.
1, 2.
Not enough to keep the much larger Max down on the canvas.
Every time it takes Max a second to kick out, that's energy she's expelling. Oh.
Yeah, she went through it for a third time, but that just...
Oh,
she hit that spear.
She cut Ziggy in half.
And that's it.
Good night. An abrupt
winner of this match and new member of the Rise main roster, Max the Impaler.
Max definitely made a statement here with this win tonight. She is now ready for the main roster. And I'm telling you what, every member of that roster should be fearful, man or woman, after what we witnessed here this afternoon.
I would near say that was a one-sided domination. And we're going to see the signature right here.
Brandon Kay bringing out the contract for Max to sign. And I guess that's her signature.
Gentlemen, the face of Rise may have just changed. I think we're on the time here. So for Paul Atlas, for the Firebird Sean Phoenix,
I'm telling you.
For this Indie Wrestling Network exclusive, my name is Jim Amata. Make sure you're back here at the Stronghold October 12th. And welcome Max to the Rise roster.
Sidekick Media Services. We are your sidekick in business for social media, video production, and more. Find out more at sidekickmediaservices.com.